Hello everyone and welcome back to Closet Gaming. Today we're going to take a look at Black Book. This dark adventure RPG wants to dazzle you with Slavic mythology and card-based combat. Whether it can deliver on its promises is the question we will try to answer today. Black Book is available on Steam for €24.99, or your regional equivalent. Some games just find you. Black Book is something I almost missed, as it came out last year in August, and I just didn't notice it, because there were plenty of games to play in autumn. But then, I was just browsing the Steam store, just looking for something to play for fun, not for a review, and I was in the mood for a card game. Then, I noticed Black Book, and in just a few minutes, I was finally playing. Black Book is an adventure game with card-based combat. Well, officially it claims to be an RPG, but let's face the facts, it is an adventure game. You travel the game world, sometimes you do a bit of chatting, and sometimes you kill a few enemies. When surrounded with bosses, you need to use a bit of perception, which translates to clicking on 3 blinking things or moving a little bit. So yeah, the puzzles aren't what made me stay playing Black Book. So what about the battles? Those are pretty fun. You're constantly upgrading your deck, and even while the battle rules are quite unique, as you cannot just use defensive or offensive spells, but the battles aren't what glued me to the monitor either. That was the atmosphere. I have no idea how an American will look at Black Book, but for me, as a Slav, it was magical. The authors come from Russia, and they actually designed the game partially from real maps of their surroundings. But the cooler thing for me is that it fully uses Slavic mythology. Sure, elves, dwarves are cool, but when you're suddenly meeting creatures you read about as a child, it is just different. And I understand that being a fan of anything Russian is a bit risky nowadays, but history should be fine. And I'm not talking about the Soviet era, but about the end of the 19th century, as this part of history is slowly but surely getting romanticized. Just imagine wooden huts in the middle of the woods, mysterious cemeteries, and cursed mills. Any European can replace Russia with their own home country, and voila! Of course, you get a few devils mixed in, as it is the norm in Slavic mythology, and you yourself get in the gray area as well. And, by the way, now your name is Vasilisa. Vasilisa was so close to living a normal, peaceful life. But the death of a deer and the opening the gate into the world changed everything. And now, alongside with an old and wise Jaeger, you have to solve the problems of the whole world. Which in this case means a few villages around Perm and its dark forest. The nice thing is that you do not have to jump straight into solving the problems, as you have a decent amount of freedom, though you can't just forget to do the main storyline. And be sure that the idea of more experience and rewards will not let you just skip every quest you meet. You start with your map that you will just throw and take into various places. And while I enjoy the combat, the very nice thing is the fact that not every encounter has to end in a battle. Sometimes you can just talk your way out of things, and sometimes you can just walk around your problem. Over time you'll get used to the tempo, but it is quite nice that you do not know what to expect whenever you enter a new location. The only place where you should expect to get stuck is with the bosses. But when you get stuck with them, it's going to be one heck of a stuck, as you truly need to use your brain here. In the battles, you try to pick the best cards, find synergies, or at the very least, kill your enemies. It's no Hearthstone, but it fits the game, and even if you do not need to overthink anything, I did look forward to every single combat. At the same time, Black Book is also a dark RPG. So it's not just about the combat, but also about learning information through talking, and also about upgrading both your character and your equipment. But don't expect a flood of items. Black Book is quite sparse in giving you something, but that only means you will be even happier whenever you actually get something and the bigger the effect on gameplay is. Developing your character is quite simple, and while you get 4 different skill trees, each only has a few branches, but each of them has a quite noticeable effect. So, in conclusion, if you like card games and you think Slavic mythology is cool, or you'd at least like to try it out, then Black Book is a great choice. For those who are still unsure, let's give it a cautious recommendation, but maybe wait for a sale.